Now, some characters in the Super Mario series were only added so they could be playable in spin-off titles, and nothing was really special about them. However, one person who went above and beyond that was Toadette. But how did she evolve over time in terms of use, design, story, and gameplay? Well, let's find out. Now, it's unknown what the concept was behind Toadette, but they probably introduced her in order to finally have a female Toad and a possible love interest for the classic Toad seen in a ton of games. She first appeared in Mario Kart Double Dash as Toad's racing partner and an unlockable character. They can both be unlocked by winning the Special Cup in 100cc. Additionally, she has her own personal kart, the Toadette kart, which can only be unlocked by completing the Mushroom Cup in Mirror Mode. So as expected, she was only introduced to be the female counterpart of Toad. Two-player karts was the new gimmick in this game after all. And by the looks of it, Nintendo finally thought it would be a good idea to introduce a girl for Toad, like they did with Peach and Daisy for Mario and Luigi. She didn't really have any backstory at this point at all. Nothing was established, and she was basically there to fill up character slots. Even in the games that came after, she was only seen as a character to choose from, with nothing adding to her in any way. Just a fun Toad skin, basically. However, there was one point in the early history of this character where things kind of changed. She was seen in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door whenever Mario discovers a hammer or a new pair of boots. Toadette hosts a tutorial session with Mario and explains how to use the new ability. And whenever Mario uses a new item on the first try correctly, she blushes. During her last one with Mario, Toadette runs off crying, knowing she will not see him for the rest of the adventure. And she leaves a message on the notice board in Rogue Port, wondering where he went. Now, this is the first time in the history of the character where we saw her as more than just a funny-looking Toad to play as. Here, we start to see some actual character and really talk with her for the first time ever. Although she's a bit of a generic girly girl. So this is already quite a big step in the right direction. However, after this, there was a long period of silence. She was seen in spin-off games like Mario Kart and Party, but didn't really interact with the player. Which was a bit weird because they put her in quite a story-heavy game. But after that appearance, nothing really happened. Until a certain quite special Nintendo spin-off franchise was born. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Now, the reason why this game is special is because the idea of this game came to the director Shinya Hirataki as a dream. It originally featured Link as the hero instead of Mario, but in the end, Toad became the main hero of this game, and thanks to that, Toadette also played a major role in it. She's only playable in certain episodes, and her main role in the story is that she gets taken by Wingo when she goes treasure hunting with Toad. So, after a long journey, Captain Toad arrives to Wingo's watchtower, defeats him, and saves Toadette. So all of a sudden, she got a major supporting role in a new spin-off title from Nintendo, with a plot similar to that of the Super Mario games, with Toad being like Mario, and Toadette acting as the Peach of the story. However, Nintendo also decided to flip the script, because in the second episode, the two Toads go treasure hunting again, but after retrieving a Power Star, Wingo appears once more. This time Toad gets kidnapped, so all of a sudden Toadette is the main star and hero. And in episode 3, Toad loses Toadette and she sets off to find the captain. So the game is incredibly diverse, she's put into a lot of different interesting roles, and she's seen a lot all of a sudden. Together with her male companion, they became the face of this game, and probably the ones that will come in the future. So all of a sudden, she was a real established character and completely put in the spotlight. Another thing this game made sure is how close Toad and Toadette are. We have seen them hold hands before in games like Mario Kart Wii, but here we really start to see them together as the main stars. So even as two characters, they are clearly involved with each other on a higher level than just friendship. All of this was a major step into making the characters fit together. And this is where it all began, and got worse over time, but in a good way. Because the main Super Mario game that was released sometime after Treasure Tracker, called Odyssey, featured our female hero. She's confirmed to be a new member of the Toad Brigade and acts as an archivist. She can be found inside of Peach's castle in the Mushroom Kingdom, where she gives Mario power moons for completing certain achievements. It's nothing major, but still, this was the first time she was actually seen in a Super Mario game, aside from a cameo seen in Super Mario Galaxy. So all of a sudden, she got a role in the main series, while being around for more than 14 years, where nothing really happened. Now all of this is already quite a lot for a character who is so underdeveloped. But for some reason, Nintendo decided to use her for something else that would turn the entire internet upside down. Because when Nintendo announced new Super Mario U Deluxe, she was seen as well with something new added. She is a playable character in the game and can transform into Peachette by collecting the new Super Crown power-up, which is exclusive to her. In this form, she can float and double jump, and is boosted back up whenever she falls into a pit. So in-game, it's just an incredibly powerful item that can make the game really easy for any casuals who want to join in. It's a cool looking new form, and drastically changes her. But sadly enough, it didn't really add to the gameplay, it just made it easier. However, outside of the game, this entire event meant a whole lot more. Because people started to create their own princess versions of certain characters. And there were even some people who suggested that Toadette could have been the ruler of the kingdom at some point, or that Peach is actually a toad. So all of a sudden, this character that never, ever played a role in a Super Mario game with any real impact, had the most in a long time. Because the entire idea of Peachette, which was changed to Bowsette as well, became the most trending Super Mario meme in a long time. It was even at the top in Japan for a while. Everyone talked about this character, power-up, and anything associated to it. So she's gone through quite a journey, going from a female reskin of a Toad to one of the most trending things in the history of the internet, without Nintendo ever expecting it. Now that's what I call an upgrade. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, be sure to click that subscribe button and the bell button so you won't miss anything, and click the annotations if you see anything fun.